Hey everyone, welcome to today's math lesson for June 12th, 2020. Alright, so we've had a great, awesome math week. I'm glad to have you all as my students, and hopefully you have learned many things just this week. So, today's lesson, we are going to go ahead and continue with number blocks. But this time we're going to venture. That means we're going to go into building hundreds. So, as you can see here at the top of the screen, in my base 10 blocks for cool math for kids site, is that we have three options for blocks. We have the 1, the 10, and the hundreds. So yesterday we worked on 10s and we worked on 1s, but now we get to do 100. So first of all, we have this block right here, right? So how many do you think are in this block? How many blocks are in this big old block? That's right, we see 100. And instead of spending most of our time counting from 1 to 100, which is what we did in the videos on Monday and Tuesday, just take my word for it. Here's a number chart that goes from 1 to 100, and it has all the numbers in between. So it goes from 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. So here in the base 10 block, we have the same thing. So the first row is going to be 10. The next one is going to be 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. Now, this one looks a little bit bigger because there's a whole bunch of space, but once we put it together, it should be about the same size. So 100 equals 100. Another way to think about it is that this represents $1, this represents $10, and this represents $100, okay? So we need one of these to make one big block of this. And we will be, I will be introducing different bills to you on at a later lesson, maybe next week or the week after. But anyway, getting a little distracted here. We are going to build numbers up to 120. Now we are going to do this game right here, the ABC game, the base 10 fun. But as you can see here, we are gonna make numbers that are more than 120. So we'll do that in a little bit. But first, let's get back to how and why we have these blocks. So instead of spending all our time, like I said before, I showed you a chart, a hundreds chart, to kind of prove that this chart matches up with this block right here. So instead of spending our time, we know that, oh, if I need to build 120, I just know that I need one of these blocks, which is 100, 10, and 20. So essentially why we use these is because it's just another easier way to count. We know that it's 120, and instead of spending our afternoon or our evening making sure that we have 120 of these, of the ones, we already know that, boom, here you go. Here it is. This is 100. All right. So let's go ahead and start building some numbers. So first off, let's go ahead and build 100. And let me go ahead and write this down. 100, and let's do purple. 119. Okay. So I already have my hundreds block out. So here we're going to need 100, which is in the hundreds place. One of the tens blocks, which is in the tens place. So think of it this way. It's really 10, not just 1. So 100, 10, And let me go ahead and switch this over. There you go, the safe space. And 9, which is in the ones place. The green arrow is pointing to the ones place. All right, so now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it just kind of like a 10 frame. 6, 7, 8, and 9. And the reason why I put it in the 10 frame is because so I can easily count it. Alright, so here we go. So you don't necessarily have to put it that way. You can also put it down here, and you can also notice that this block isn't exactly 10. We have one missing, so you know that it's 9. Okay? Alright, let's go ahead and build another number. So let's go ahead and do choose any number in your head, and let's see if I have it. Alright, so we have 103. So let's go ahead and take a look at this number. So how many hundreds do we have? We just have 100. Now, we don't have any tens in a tens place because we have 0. 0 signifies nothing. That means there's nothing in there. And then we have the 3 located in the ones place. And I should show you in the next lesson the hundreds, tens, and ones place. Alright. But anyway, we know that we're going to need 100. One block of 100. We're not going to need any of these. Any of the tens. But we are going to need 1, 2, and 3. Alright. So let's go ahead and think smaller a little bit. I just wanted to make sure I covered the hundreds first. Let's go ahead and try another number. Let's go ahead and try, let's do another color too. Let's go ahead and try 67. 67. So here, with 67, we don't have anything in the hundreds place, so we're not going to need the hundreds block over here. So we're going to just focus on the tens and getting the tens and the ones up on our board. So here we have 6 tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. See if I can switch all of them. Nope. We'll just keep them there. 50 and 60. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 tens actually means 60. And now we're going to go ahead and grab 7 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Here we go. So now we have built 67. All right, let's go ahead and do another number here. Let's go ahead and do 95. 95. That sounds like a good number. So let me go ahead and write that number first. 95. Okay, so with 95, we don't have anything in the hundreds place. We do have a 9 in the tens place and a 5 in the ones place. So here we go. Does it actually change the color of the blocks? Does. Okay, finally. Okay. So, let's go ahead and erase that one. So we have 9 of the 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now we have 5 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, sounds good. And now in reality we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 90, and 5. Alright, very good. So let's go ahead and move over to our game. Let's go ahead and get started. So, let me refresh this. And again, this is on ABCya. ABCya has a lot of cool games, specifically math games as well. So I'm gonna click on the hundreds one because it deals with hundreds as well, but we're also going to look at the tens and ones as well. Although this is something that you probably won't see until later on in first grade. All right, first grade and second grade. All right, so here we have 3 in the hundreds place. So we're gonna need 3 of these. 1, 2, 300. Okay, and again, make sure it kind of looks like your number chart here, so that it has that 100. We have a 2 in the tens place, but also known as 20, 10, 20. And we have 1. We have 8 in the ones place. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I like that it has it counting here. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Alright, so here we have 379, so it's the same thing. We're going to need 3 hundreds, 7 tens or 70, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 70. And of course, 9 of these are going to kind of be, the numbers are getting trickier here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, let's go ahead and try a couple. I don't think we'll finish all of them today. Alright, so this is getting to be a different one. Let's pretend this is 164. So here I would just need 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm not going to submit this because of course it's going to be off. So let's go ahead and try this game again, but we're just going to do the tens, and we'll do a couple of those problems. So this really has a lot of fun music, but I can't record it at this time. Alright, so yesterday we did from 10 to 40. Now we're going to go ahead and do a 40 and above. So here we have 4 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 10, 20, 30, 40. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in the ones place. Alright, I think we have time for one more. 96. Woo! What a number to end with. Alright, so how many tens do we have in the nines place? How many tens do we have? Yes, we have 9. Not tens in the nines place. I got a little confused. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and here we have 6. All right, everyone. So that is it for our lesson today. I'm going to go ahead and post this Base 10 Fun on Google Classrooms. Make sure you not only do Khan Academy, but you also do Base 10 Fun on ABCya. All right. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I will see you in our meeting.